Here's an AFN News update for you. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Today is the anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. Family members of those killed at the Pentagon 23 years ago gathered to remember the victims of the attack. Fox's Jared Halpern reports from Washington.
It can feel like more and more Americans return to normal life with each passing anniversary of the September 11th attacks, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says.
But not here. Not at the Pentagon, because we remember. The men and women of the Department of Defense remember.
A bell tolled as each name of the 184 victims inside the Pentagon and aboard American Airlines Flight 77 were read.
Barbara G. Edwards.
Austin says about 21% of current U.S. service members were born after 9/11. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Donald Trump and Kamala Harris faced each other on the debate stage Tuesday night for the first and possibly the last time. Trump was on defense a lot, but he did drive the core message of his campaign: inflation and immigration are hammering Americans. Harris came out swinging in defense of abortion rights, drawing attention to the fact that Trump's nominees to the Supreme Court helped to overturn Roe v. Wade. Many Republicans watching the ABC presidential debate voiced criticism over the moderators seemingly failing to fact-check statements made by VP Harris. Fox's Griff Jenkins gives us a closer look.
Many critics would agree with the former president, who said it was 3-on-1 when it came to fact-checking bias against Trump. Now, by Fox's tracking, ABC's moderators fact-checked Trump 5 times, while not taking Harris on a single time. Meanwhile, Harris was able to throw several unfounded punches with no pushback from the moderators. And Harris avoided being asked about things like bail funding for criminals, transgender operations on illegal migrants that are in prison, defunding the police, rewriting Title IX regulations, student loan debt forgiveness, electric vehicle mandate, and reparations.
The vice president's campaign wants a second debate, while the former president said he'd, quote, think about it. Fox News has reached out to both campaigns to hold a second debate in October. Secretaries of State testified in front of the House Administration Committee about election integrity ahead of November's presidential contest. Michigan's Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson says that she's working to make sure every citizen in her state gets a chance to participate in the 2024 election.
I will never apologize for doing everything I can to ensure every eligible citizen is registered to vote.
Trump and Republicans in Congress are pushing a bill requiring proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. Democrats make the argument saying it's not necessary to do that, since it's already illegal for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. The governor of Ohio says he'll send law enforcement and millions of dollars in healthcare resources to the city of Springfield as it faces a surge in what are described as temporary Haitian migrants. The surge has landed the city in the national spotlight. Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said Tuesday he doesn't oppose the temporary protected status program, under which some 15,000 Haitians have arrived in the city of about 59,000 people since 2020, but he said the federal government must do more to help impacted communities. And that'll do it for this AFN News Update. Thanks for watching. You can also be sure and check us out on afn.net for much more news from a Christian perspective. I'm Bronson Woodruff.